Hey, you beautiful baddies. Welcome to Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. Today we're doing another pick a card reading. This one's all about your most significant past life. We're going to find out all about it, and we're going to find out how it affects this life. So it should be really interesting and enlightening, and I am so glad all of you are here. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's wonderful to have you. I hope you will stick around. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome. It's always so wonderful to connect with your energy, and I deeply appreciate you being here. And if you are a member, thank you so much for your generosity to the channel and you taking time out to connect with all of us here. I deeply appreciate you being here as well. Now, as you see before you, there are 3 cards, there are 3 crystals, and there are 3 piles of cards. These are going to be your psychic linking objects. Now, I have included a bit of a video for you guys to see each of these groups up close. Also the crystals, the cards, all that stuff. So if you need more time to see which group you're drawn to, and with my readings, if you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably more than one message here for you, even if you're drawn to all of them. Okay, there can be messages that kind of bleed into one another, so to speak. And with this past life reading, all 3 of these could be your past lives. I mean, it can work that way. The goal is here to hone in on your most significant, but I haven't done these readings, so I'm not really sure. They may blend into one another. Your most significant past life may involve, you being in different points in that life, different people, or, there may be multiple messages here for you. So it's just however you're guided. Always pay attention to your own internal guidance, okay? These readings aren't just me giving you psychic information. This is about you honing in on your own psychic abilities, because everyone is psychic. Everyone is intuitive. And it's really important at this place in history that we start really sharpening that tool. All right? Okay. With that said, I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake...
Hey, group 1, all of you that selected the Angry One, Fury, Bremo, number 6, and or you were drawn to this Citrine. This is going to be your reading all about your most significant past life. My arm's not very long. So keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. Let's get into your cards. Now, the camera's up kind of high, so I'm not used to that. So I'm going to give me a break. So I'm kind of short, so I'm going to try to see how this goes. So let's get into your past life here. The Angry One. We have Dragonfly. There is a deeper meaning. Oh, it's beautiful. We have Identity. Making your own choice. Let's see. There we go. We have the 9 of air. We have the 6 of water. We have the 9 of earth. See that? Move this here. You got quite a few cards, so let's move all these up a little bit. Not too much though. There you go. Okay. Now then, let's get these two over here. We have breaking the chain of repeating cycles. Researching the mystical world. Philosopher. Magical child. Werewolf. Ooh. Willingness to connect and learn from the past. Metamorphosis. Liberated and powerful Smexley. I don't want to trigger anything. Inner strength, reincarnation, spiritual energy. We have visionary. What a powerful past life. We have the second power. I trust what my soul desires. We have the tree of life, true wisdom and making good choices. We have forgiveness. We have lessons and blessings. High priest or high priestess. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Swords. And we have the Sacred Clown. Woo! What a powerful past life. I just need to take a breath here. This werewolf energy kind of caught me off guard. You were very charismatic in this past life. Extremely charismatic. And with this werewolf card, it tells me that you may have lived like many lifetimes in one life. Okay. I think with the lessons and forgiveness here, I think that you may have had like a transformation here in your life, where you had to overcome some real adversity. Maybe self-created, maybe enforced upon you, we're going to see. But it seems like you had to make a choice in your life. You had to dig deep within. Let's get some more cards here. I'm going to use the Akashic Tarot, which I use to kind of help access, not kind of, I use to access the Akashic records in these past life readings. So I want to know more about this energy. I want to know more about the deeper meaning. You had to find the deeper meaning. There's this anger here with the werewolf, the sacred clown. There was anger in this life. Woo! I threw those right off the table. I don't pick up cards that I throw off the table. There's anger with the 5 of Swords, the sacred clown, and the werewolf. This is your anger in this life. Oop. This is your anger here in this life. You may in this life be dealing with anger issues, outbursts. You may be something of a shapeshifter in your own life. People may call you that. They may be like, you just kind of like change all the time, like you're always changing, or you seem like you have so many interests, or you seem to be different people with with different people. Like you're a different person with different people. And you may have some suppressed rage in this life. Okay. There's just, I'm really feeling it in your heart chakra. We're going to find out about this. Let's talk about this rage. I think this rage is coming through like your family line now. Tell me about this. Tell me about this. This king here, this King of Pentacles. We have setting your own course. The rebel. The rebel. You were a rebel. You were a rebellious child. An infidel. Some of you were called infidels. Diversity. You were different. I'm hearing belligerent. You belligerent child. You infidel. How dare you? Okay, literally some of you, like, you went on a trip on a boat like this, like in this time, and your father, the king, did not approve. Did not approve. It was an act of rebellion. You went anyway. He told you not to go, and you went anyway. You went offering. You went offering. You went offering. I'm honing in on the picture more than the. You went offering gifts. You went offering gifts to them for peace. Because your father, the king, was, I'm hearing, drunk with power. He was drunk with power. And you were going to try to make peace. The sands of time, 2 worlds, wishes fulfilled. Oh. You did not come back. You did not come back from this trip. In fact, it led to more fighting. Why am I getting like some of you were like a woman who caused a battle, caused a fight. The King of Roses. You wanted to clear the air because, see, you were a female who took a ship. You were like a royal, like a princess, a duchess, a something, okay? And you were not supposed to do this, and you did it because, okay, you were supposed to marry someone else. You were supposed to marry someone else. You were already, you were already spoken for because your father, the king, wanted you to marry someone else. And you did not want to marry that person. You wanted to marry this King of Roses here. You did not go back. And tell me more. I have a feeling, and I don't like this feeling. Tell me more about this. Tell me more. Okay. So I feel what happened is you stayed, and there was a marriage here. There was a marriage here, and it was very happy. Okay, you had a very happy time with this person. Tell me more about this. Okay, then we have the initiation of Saint Germain. Okay, you didn't initiate into this because this was happy. Okay, something happened here. That's what I'm feeling. Something happened here, and I want to know what it is. I want to know what it is. It feels like an interruption. It feels like this Five of Swords. It feels like there was a fight. There was a battle here. There was a attack. For some of you, it's a battle. For some of you, it's attack. There was an attack. And you saw it. You saw them do it. Tell me. We have the Two of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse. Oh my. You may have been with them when this happened. And they did not touch you. The High Priestess and the Two of Swords in reverse. 22 may be a number of alignment for you. I feel like they did not know that you were actually, I feel like you were with child. That's what I feel. I feel like there was a baby to come here, the Ace of Wands. There was a baby to come here, and I think it feels like you lost it or it died shortly after birth. And what did you do? You joined a religion. You joined a practice, but it wasn't the practice that your father wanted. In fact, you never spoke really to him again. And your anger was so great that you went into a practice to basically figure out how to destroy him. You went into a very occult practice. Okay? You were initiated into a very intense occult practice. Okay? Because he took everything from you. Out of hatred. Out of pure hatred. Because you fell in love with somebody who was different. And I feel like you devoted your life to kind of like learning this so that you could seek vengeance for the loss of your love and the loss of your child. Okay? So let's talk about that. Tell me about this vengeance. Tell me about this vengeance. This fury. You carry it with you now. It's in your bloodline. That's what the anger is about. It's very powerful, and you learn to hone this in a past life. You learned this is chaos. This is the power of chaos, and you possess this power. We have the master artisan. You mastered this. You mastered this art, this magical art. You may have been a witch. You may have worked in a different paradigm. This may have involved chanting or something like that, but you may have used art or singing or something, but it was definitely a different paradigm than what was socially acceptable. It may have involved martial arts as well, but it's not like you advertised it. Okay. While you were doing this other stuff, you were working like kind of underground, like behind the scenes to topple the empire, this empire. Okay? Tell me more about this. You knew things about your father. You knew things about the empire. We have summer and winter. You knew things. You knew how it ran. There's something about resources here. You knew how they got their resources, and you figured out how to dry up their crops. You dried up their crops, and there was a famine. We have the muse. There was a famine of not just food, but the ability to strategize in warfare or as a king. You went after him strategically. We have the king of forces. That's your energy. See this? See all this energy? This is you and the magical energy. All these animals here. This is you connected to the magical forces around you. And you mastered these elements. And you were able to bring down what feels like a very bad king, a bad empire. And it feels like you didn't mind not necessarily like being the face of it, of like the bring down. Okay. You relished in the fact that it was done. But people in the organizations knew it was you. I want you to know they know it was you. And I don't say this often, and I say that a lot in my videos, I guess, but you changed the course of history. A lot of you did by the things you did in this particular group. Because this is in different times and in different locations around the world, okay? And standing up, a feminine energy standing up to a masculine energy like this takes guts, okay? Especially when this is like a father. And we know back in time, especially, a lot of masculine energies had a lot of power. So to step up like this, to rebel for the sake of peace and love is super brave and courageous. And I want you to know that bravery and courageousness lives within you. All these abilities to overcome, all these abilities to dig deep. When I say this person learned these things and mastered them, they had the ability to devote themselves and hone in and learn these things very easily. They had a passion for it. And this is the kind of person who has a very strong mind, very strong pineal gland, okay? Very connected. You have so much to give. You have so many gifts here. I feel like in this life, you may have had a lot of rocky relationships and love. They may have inspired a lot of anger. You may have been the brunt force of a lot of anger. You may have had a lot of masculine anger coming towards you. You may find yourself not feeling good enough. I'm going to encourage you to get into your natural magic, your natural flow. You guys are very connected to nature. And the more you flow with that, the more natural you're going to feel, the more grounded you're going to feel. This person's very powerful. And their ability to love is very deep. And they're brave in love. They understood that love was worth fighting for. Now, in this life, right now, you may be like, nah, nah, it's not worth fighting for. It's worth letting go of. Understand that, like, what's going on right now is a lot of people are experiencing their own toxicity, and it's just being on display. It's like vulgarly on display, this toxicity everywhere. And they're working it out in front of all of us. And it's ugly, but necessary. And, I just encourage you to hone in on what you're passionate about. Okay. If you're having anger issues, first of all, seek help if you need it. Like, I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you. There are professionals who can help you manage your anger. Okay. And I'm a yeller. Like, I yell. I yell because I have lived a life where I feel like people haven't listened to me. And that's not an excuse. It's just a reason. I don't make excuses for my yelling. It's not acceptable, but it's a fact. And so we have to deal with things like that. The realism of where the anger comes from and why we behave the way that we do, and accept responsibility for that, right? And that can be really hard, you know, when we have a lot of anger issues. And I feel like this may be what's going on for you. The thing is, until you make peace with yourself in this life, you're going to pull in relationships that bring out the anger. Because I'm going to tell you something you probably don't want to hear. Every relationship will bring out that anger. Every one of them will. Because you have to work through this anger. You have to figure out where it comes from and heal. Figure it out. Because you deserve to not walk around holding on to that, right? It's not fun. Listen, I walked around holding on to tons of anger most of my life. It caused me ulcers and stress and migraines, and I was hypervigilant all the time and unhappy and all those things. You don't want that. You don't want that. No. Okay. So part of breaking the chains of this past life energy that probably runs through your family, okay, because it feels like a family thing, is getting a handle on your anger so that it can't be triggered in relationships. I mean, it will be, okay? It will. But you're going to learn how to like cope with it, deal with it, meditate, figure it out, journal, get control of it, see where it comes from. Because then you can learn to funnel some of this fury, some of this passion. If you're a witch, you can do it into your craft. If you're an artist, you can do it into your art. If you like to work out, if you're a runner, go run. If you cook, learn how to bake some stuff. If you like to grow plants, you could grow some plants, put the energy into the plants, Find something to put the excess energy into instead of holding the anger inside. Release it in some way. Once you learn how to do this, you understand that you're transmuting the anger. Okay. Once you learn how to transmute the anger by action, you can start doing it with intention and start transmuting that fury into like a job or money or happiness or power or whatever. It becomes a source, a resource that you can use for other things that are more positive and can help you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in life. So it's an amazing energy. All right, group one, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful, insightful, and enjoyable reading. I really enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, Group 2, all of you that selected the Path 28 journey, or you were drawn to this Lapus Lazuli, this is going to be your reading all about your most significant past life. So keep in mind, this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We've got quite a few cards here, so let's get started. The first card is going to be air. Work with the element of air to see the truth. Okay, I'll put that one up there. We have brave. Don't self-sabotage. Okay. Is that right? Right there. Let's see. Oh, here's another one of those. We have strength. Are they straight? I don't know. The camera's up a little bit higher and I'm short. So it's an adjustment. Okay, let's get these. We have the child. We have the Queen of Earth. Isn't this a beautiful card? We have faith. We have choice. And we have the mother. We got mother and child. Let's get these. We have authority figures. Baby. Aww. We have persecution and inquisition. Aww. And we have trees. Okay. Can you see those? Well, we're doing our best. Okay. And then we have ninja. We have flirt. Ooh, my. Were you a flirt? Loser. Secretary. And friend. Okay, and then we have some Starman Tarot. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Prince of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Sun. And we have the Lovers. Okay. I know you probably can't see all of them, but it's here. It's here. They're here. Okay, listen. Here's the thing. I feel like, first of all, I think you were very attractive. Okay, I think you had a way with, oops, I think you had a way with the opposite sex, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you had a way, you were very seductive, very flirty. This Prince of Swords in this deck has F-boy energy. So, and then we have this beautiful card here. Very attractive, okay. Very alluring. Then we have these lovers here where, you know, the honeybees attracted to the honey here. Can't get enough of this honey, okay. We have the sun on top of that, which is an attraction energy here. Just a lot of energy coming towards you. You were a bright light. Okay. It feels like you came from nothing. You came from nothing, my friend. Nothing. I feel like you spoke. You spoke out. You did something with your voice. Okay. I feel like There's a child involved here. There's choice and faith involved here. But for some reason, I'm getting this impression that you were well known. Okay, let's get some more cards here. Tell me more. I feel like I'm getting a 1930s, 1940s feeling. I'm feeling California. Okay. Listen, I'm getting that kind of vibe. Also, I'm feeling this energy in different places in the world. So, I'm also feeling this as somebody who is a star in a court, like a royal court. A rising socialite, a rising in New York, in Paris. I'm also feeling this in ancient times. I'm feeling like a son of a sultan. Okay, so it's different energy. So take what I'm saying and feel your gut here. Okay, feel your gut where it takes you. All right, but I feel like a lot of you came from nothing, or you were not in a position of power. You were thought of as less than. Okay. You are incredibly brave, but there is something attractive about you that draws people to you and your talent. Okay. We have the journey and the light of the world. I'm feeling like special. You were special. You were special. You were special. This group is like you made, I'm hearing the word psionic. I'm not even sure I know what that means, y'all. Spirit. You're having me say words I don't even know what it means. Psionic? What does psionic mean? Psionic impressions in the world, on the world. Some of you were musicians. And I'm seeing piano. I'm seeing violin. I'm seeing singing. Some of you were speakers, orators, okay, philosophers. Some of you were artists, great artists. Your art is still in galleries to this day. Some of you are in royal tombs. And some of you are buried like stars are. Because y'all were the lights in the world. And you came to have a great journey. It's a chess game. And you had to make a difficult choice. Tell me about this chess game. I'm going to pull some tarot. So this tarot, it has Amy, the Oracle of Lilith. My friend Rosie over at the Abyss TAT got these for me. And because my name is on them, it seems my affinity with them is just so powerful. So I want to know about this chess game. It's why you incarnated in that life. Your soul, whether you like to hear this or not, you like the journey. You like the challenge. You like the roller coaster. That's why you're here. Some of you, I'm going to say it out loud. Okay, you're ascended masters, all right? The 8 of Swords, you're ascended masters. The Tower. The Ace of Wands upside down, and the what is that? The 8 of Pentacles. Let's get one more. We have that was upside down. We have the 8 of Cups, and we have out of balance too. You in this past life, like many of you had to struggle. In this life, you're struggling too. You don't understand your power here, okay? And it's important that you do, because your voice is needed. It's needed in this world right now. You clashed with people. Now, I'm going to talk specifically about one life here, but apply this to your situation, okay? Because it's hard to talk about all of them. What I feel here is somebody who spoke out in a Hollywood situation. Could be music. And it feels like it's in the past, like in the 30s or 40s. Okay. And they were seriously persecuted. And this person had, this is what I'm going to say, was forced to have multiple surgeries. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to say anything else. I think you're smart enough to see what I'm saying. They were forced to have multiple surgeries against their will because of the money and what they were doing. They spoke out and they were oppressed and they were put under control. Okay. And it feels like here, love was used as a weapon through substances, if that makes sense. Like, to make things as comfortable as possible. It's almost like someone was brought in to administer love and other things. I do feel like there was love here. But it came in during a dark time when you were being seriously oppressed. And I think you were an Aquarius in this lifetime. Possibly a Gemini. Definitely had Leo placements, okay? Taurus, Libra. I feel like in order to embrace this true love, you had to overcome a lot. It's almost like you had to get free from this control, because you were bonded in some way to someone who was controlling you. Some of you spoke out in such a way that it caused a problem, like it caused a real problem in different situations. And when your person showed up, things really changed with the chess game. Tell me about it. Because you were all out of balance. You were working, out of balance, couldn't see your way out. Either working, or constantly controlled. One of the two, or both. You have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. You just were not yourself. You were not yourself in any way. You were not yourself in any way. We have Temperance here. It feels like this person came in and the energy shifted for you. There's a lot of brokenness here in this lifetime, okay? And by this time this person comes in, I feel like in body, you may even have felt broken, because I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of pushing to do whatever your talent is for whatever reason. Okay, because there's different things going on, because this is a very general reading and I'm getting a lot of different things. This person came in to help you wake up, to help you get free, to help you make an active choice. To make this active choice, to see that you have options, to see that you don't have to do what they say. For some of you, that was a big deal, because that meant what? You might break a contract of some kind. You might break a deal. You might piss somebody off. And back then, you ruffle feathers. It's a different story. But you were worth it. Tell me about it. This is the journey to self-love. The Magician. It's like this person came in to remind you, like, you are worth fighting for. You're worth this journey. You're brave. You're strong. You can do this. I feel like this person came into your life to help you. Checkmate. This person was your checkmate. It was a surprise. I don't know why the light keeps doing that, like flickering around. I'm sorry. It was your checkmate on this journey. This person was the assurity that you would overcome. Guaranteed. Okay. Tell me more. So you had to make a choice. And I feel like you were love starved. Some of you were just starved for love. Because some of you got love from a crowd or a group for whatever you did, but not the kind that, like, intimate, personal. You were used. A lot of you were used. We have the Emperor and Strength. So this masculine energy came in to show you that you can move, you can go. This person came in, and it's not like they swept you off your feet. No. It was empowering you to see that you had the ability to make the choice. And you did. And you pissed them off. This Queen of Swords, she never apologized. The Emperor was like, if you do this, don't ever say you're sorry. Just do it. Do it and don't look back. Do it with so much conviction that you're never going to look back. Because they can't oppress you anymore. Tell me more. This Emperor. Tell me more. Let me shuffle this up. This person loved you madly. They were your twin, your soulmate. I don't like that term, twin flame, but it is what it is. Have the Chariot. Victory. Coming in. Balance. Page of Wands. 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. And we have the Page of Pentacles. A new beginning. happiness, happy time. I feel like in this life you were able to go make a happy life with this person. And I don't feel like it was the big life you had. I feel like it was what some people would consider small. I think some of you were sued and you ended up with no money and you didn't fucking care. You know, it was a beautiful life. I think some of you made out very well. I think the emperor was well off, but it just depends, okay? But after this life of really being used, you were able to have some happiness, okay? I do think that creatively, what happened here kind of, and I say this, it makes me sad. Okay, it makes me sad to say this. I feel like your inspiration was really curtailed. I feel like it's almost like it was so used and it was so patterned after that cycle of abuse or usury that when you got free and in this Ten of Cups situation, you it was hard for you to create from that space, and you had to learn how to do it. And your art, whatever it was, your creation, whatever it was different. I do think that the loss, if you guys have resonated with the part about the surgery, this loss, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, it was a process that you were not able to grieve when it was happening. So during this time, there was grief. So yeah, it was happy family time, but it was happy couple time. And there was a lot of grief with that. Okay. Let's clarify a little bit more. These few cards here. Clarify this happiness. You're like, I don't want to know if I can, I don't want to know. I don't know if I want to clarify it, Amy. Get your words together. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more about this Ten of Cups energy. This Chariot. Moving towards it. Moving towards it. The Three of Cups. Yeah, it feels like you move to a place where you get to have really positive connections in that life. Now, in this life, you know, we're going to apply this to this life. I feel like you may be having a hard time making positive connections. You may be having a really hard time getting to a Ten of Cups. You may be struggling. You may be someone who wants to be creative but has no idea how to be creative. There may be some serious issues as far as like having children. You may be on a journey and you don't know where you're going. There may be a real sense of just being discombobulated on your journey in life. A lot of this is coming from this past life, okay? Because there's a lot of pain here. Yes, you know, you can absolutely pull on the fact that a lot of you were famous in some way. You had fame. You were highly talented. You were a bright light, okay? You are a bright light. But you also carry the damage. You carry the pain. And in this life, you're called to bring through not just the talent, but to heal that damage, that misuse of talent, the overworking of talent, and not channeling it in a way that feeds you and feeds other people. The usury of it. It's okay to make money from your talent, you know, it's all right, but it's not okay to like abuse yourself to the point of exhaustion, the way this presents, okay? And in your situation, it feels like, you know, it was forced upon you to a degree, okay? But you carry that with you in this life, energetically. So it's acting out in that way. It's really important for you I feel like some of you haven't even like popped the cork off the bottle of your talent. It's almost like you're afraid of it, and you probably are. You may be afraid of your talent. You may be very standoffish about it because this this life was so difficult. There was so much loss. There's loss of family. There's loss of physical loss. There's loss of children. There's loss of control. And there is this fight to get free. You had to become very strong. You had to become almost rebellious. You were oppressed, and basically used for your talent. You weren't treated well. Um, and literally somebody had to come in and wake you up and say, hey, and you had to do the very long walk of getting yourself together so you could say, hey, I'm not doing this. And some of you guys paid the price financially. Definitely, many of you paid the price publicly. Okay, I didn't really touch on that much, but some of you guys were treated horribly publicly. Some of you guys were just snuffed out. Like your art was just, nobody looks at it anymore. Your music, nobody pushes it. Oh, are you an actor or an actress? Oh, we don't know who you are anymore. You don't exist. Those kind of things. That's painful to be forgotten, So sometimes we think, well, sometimes it's so painful to be forgotten, why even be seen, right? But your talent brings a lot of joy. It brought a lot of people joy. And you have to understand this. Joy is a healer. Listen to me when I say this. Joy is a healer. Say it with me. Joy is a healer. I say this because I healed with joy. I laughed my ass off to where I am today. I use laughter and joy to carry me through very dark times. People used to want to bring me inspirational books and movies and shit. When I was laying in bed with lupus, I don't want to see that. I want to laugh. I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. And a lot of you have that energy. A lot of you have the energy of making people think, making people look at their life in a different way. That is so important. You have the ability to make people have introspection. You don't even know it. You don't even know it because you haven't tapped into this. You have the ability to make your life a happier place by allowing yourself to express your talent. Stop being afraid of who you are. Please. I know it's terrifying. I understand it's terrifying. Okay, I really do. To face your fear of your own talent, your own ability, your own creativity, okay, and what it could mean. But I need you to face your fear. Bravery is scary. Being brave is being afraid. Okay, they're the same thing. And this time it's different. It's very different, okay? It's a different world. And you will have more control. The one thing I need you to do, some of you guys are already doing your talent, do not get hung up on the reception of said talent, okay? Don't get hung up on it. Do it with passion. And do it without expectation of the reception, okay? Put it out there with your heart and soul. Put it out there with love and joy and intention, and let it ride. Do your thing. Stop being afraid of that. For some of you, it will open up incredible doors if you will just begin. Yeah, it's a journey, honey. It's a road. You're going to have to walk the road, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to walk the road, okay? But this is for you in this life. Now, the thing is that in your personal life, you cannot surrender control to anyone, even if it's easier. What does this mean? It doesn't mean you don't delegate. Okay? You can delegate things to people. Delegation is not surrendering control. You still oversee it. You can't be so easy to trust everyone. Use this past life. This person was so controlled and oppressed. At times, like, this energy makes me claustrophobic. They're so controlled. It almost feels like Miss Brittany herself. That's how it feels. I know it's not, but that's how it feels at times. Just completely claustrophobic. It's like they wanted you to be a robot. You know, for some of you, I see like this beautiful, what am I getting? What am I getting? I'm getting like, what continent is this? This is Asia. Malaysia. Is it Malaysia? This beautiful woman. She's so beautiful. And she's waving. She's waving her hands around. She's waving to people. She's wearing flowers. She's wearing a lot of flowers. And she's waving to people, and she's like, you can see it's forced. Like, her body is forced. She doesn't want to be there. Everything is so controlled. Everything is so controlled. And that is something that you have to be careful not to surrender in this life. Let's get some more energy here. Who's that Malaysian? Malaysia? Yes. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten Malaysia. Okay, tell me more. These two. We have on the wrong track and the power of empathy. All right. Some of you guys know that you are doing the opposite of what your guidance is guiding you to do. Personality. You're going against your own guidance. Okay. You're going against it. Okay. Right now. Like, in your life. You're moving against, like, this talent, this ability, whatever. It's like you've been hiding it. You know it, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, this person, this past life you, they knew they were on the wrong track. And a person came in and woke them up, and they were able to redirect. And yeah, they gave up. They gave up the spotlight for a light with somebody else, a different kind of light. And that's where their true happiness was found. And I think it's because, they had been neglected in a way, and their journey was really about self-love. This person's journey, group 2, is really about self-love. Their whole life here, past life, was about learning to love themselves enough to be brave and to stand up and do what was best for them, irregardless of what it did to other people. Well, those other people were using them, but irregardless, they corrected themselves. And I feel like this lifetime is very important for you because you guys, perhaps you have corrected, maybe you've self-corrected, or there's a correction coming. You're about to correct because you're on the wrong track. It's time to follow your gut, okay? Yeah, you got to follow your gut. You have a very strong sense of empathy. You know the way. Some of you, I feel like you really want to have a family. You want to have a happy family, connections. And if you are isolating, you're not going to get those things. Okay, you're going to have to do some things you might not want to do. You're going to have to overcome some things. You're going to have to show people the true you. This life could be extremely difficult, especially if you're in the cycle where everyone has been using you. Everyone has in some way taken from you. Perhaps you don't have the fame part, but you're going through that cycle of feeling like everyone's using you, everyone's taking advantage of you, and perhaps you're feeling very alone. And you feel like, you know what, it's better to be alone than to be persecuted and used and oppressed, and people suck. People suck, right? And it can be hard to even think that your life could become the Ten of Cups in any kind of way, emotionally fulfilling. But it can. It really can. And it feels like it's really triggered in this life, just like in that life, by a person. By a person coming in and making you aware. It doesn't mean love necessarily. It could be a friend. It could literally be the universe bringing in a sign to you to say, hey, wake up. Wake up. This is your sign. But there's definitely there's definitely a shifting. I caught that whole deck, that whole half a deck. There's definitely a shifting of your energy from being on this wrong track where you are definitely in toxic energy to a place where you're following your intuition, just like in this past life. And you're able to really, I want to say, release your personality because I feel like it's been so confined. And that happens when we've been in toxicity for a long time. Tell me, oops, not that one. If I throw it off the table, it's not for us. Okay, these two here. All right, we have clearing the way and the karmic trench. And that is what you've been doing. You've been healing this past life and now. Okay? You've been healing this karmic trench, this junk. And it feels like shit. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, it feels horrible. And honestly, in this life, when you go through this healing, you lose a lot of people. A lot of times you switch jobs. You may even move. This clearing this kind of karmic trench, it can change your whole life. Okay. So it's not just like, oh, I changed my mind. No, it's like I see clearly now that all of you are not my friends. You're not even close. In fact, you're enemies. You don't even like me. You just like what I give you. You are not my people. And it can be very painful. Just like then. And so the person who comes in is going to be very special. They want me to pull from my Phoenix deck about this. Tell me about the person coming in. They will be attracted to your personality. So they're going to come in when you're like in this Three of Cups energy here. That means you're mixing. Could be online, could be in person, could be at work, could be wherever. Okay, but you're mixing your energy around. You have to mix your energy around, babe. Okay, we have meditation. We have give your all and ask the right questions. Okay, I'm going to tell you right here, this is it. This is their energy. They're very strong. They have a very strong, intense energy. It feels very masculine. Doesn't mean the gender. Okay. And I feel like there's a level of devotion with this person. I feel like they're very, very smart. They ask a lot of questions. So fire and air here. We have a meditation here. And I feel like the meditation, it feels almost like you guys are going to be so connected. You're going to feel very connected. And I feel like at first, your friendship will be instant. Like you guys will really like each other. Like this is somebody you could be friends with. And I think that will be safety for you. The friendship will be safety. It will be different from any relationship you've ever had. Okay. This person will be so for you, but you can't meet them if you don't interact. Okay. So it's like, if you don't want this, then don't get out there. If you get out there, you meet this person, if you don't like them, don't, but you'll feel them. Spirit will tell you. And I think you'll know also because they're going to ask questions, like interactive questions. They're going to want to know you. Okay. And there's something about meditation here. So they may meditate a lot. They may be a master of some kind of meditation technique, or perhaps you are becoming a master of meditation, or you have started meditating and you meet this person through meditation or a meditation group or something like that. So that's how it feels. And, I feel like before this person comes in, I feel like while you're doing this, I feel like you're healing. Like there's a healing going on that really helps you get over the hump, really helps you clear the way to connect with this person. This person is going to help you develop your artistic voice, your voice in the world. This person's going to help you expand as a human being, just like you're going to help them expand as a human being. It will be so different. It may make you nervous. And this person is the same person that you met in this past life. They were famous too. Okay? So here's the thing. When you meet them, they may, be a little something, something in this life, or they maybe had some problems in this life. I think you'll be able to tell a little bit. Okay? They may have been well known, or they may have worked in the background, but I feel like people knew who they were. Okay, just a different degree, depends on the culture, depends on whatever, but it feels like for some of you, they may have been very well known too. So, and I'm feeling different names, but for me, the names aren't important. What's important is what you learn from this, what you take from it, and how you apply it to your life to make it better. Otherwise, it's pointless. I mean, I could tell you my past lives, but the names, the titles, they don't mean nothing. If you don't take the lessons and the gifts and bring them forward. All right. And, I feel like for you, there is a lot of love and growth here. And love can be scary if you haven't had a lot in your life. And you may be the kind of person where you need somebody in your life who can be patient with you and teach you about love, like how to love, how to receive love. And I feel like this person will be that. They'll be very patient. Okay. They'll be very kind. This could be just a friend, like a best friend forever. Okay. It doesn't have to be a marriage partner. I want to open that up because I feel like some people get really turned off like it's romantic. No, it doesn't have to be. It just depends on where you're at in your life. Okay. But this is very divinely guided. And you're going to know when they show up. Okay? They have a very powerful aura. There's no way you can miss them. All right? They might be in Aries. I'm just saying. That's not a guarantee for all of you, but very strong aura, fire sign aura. So, all right, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful, interesting, and enlightening reading. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I really enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected Lady of Wild Beasts, Nature, number 8, and or you were drawn to the Pyrite. This is going to be your reading, all about your most significant past life. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. Now I have my camera up a little higher and I'm short. And I'm using my front camera. So I'm having a hard time seeing the card. So I hope I hit my mark. So we'll see. So bear with me. I hope my mic's okay. All right. So the first card is Empower. Trust your inner wisdom. We have Evolve. It's okay to grow. Put these up here. We have Ace of Cups, King of Wands, the Nine of Wands. We have the Princess of Cups, and we have the Hanged Man. Let's see. Okay. Then we have Medicine Man or Woman. We have the Arts. We have Atlantis. Ooh, I felt that. We have Ships. We have Dangerous Passion, red as a bleeding heart. Mystery 32, things you cannot explain. Fire transformation. Money. Put these down here. We have Knight. Bully. Femme fatale. We have good fortune. Connection. And depth. Woo, there's a lot here. There's a lot going on. Very strong feminine energy coming in. Very powerful. It feels royal. Some of you were a very powerful female queen, empress. Okay. Not all of you, but some of you were very definitely that. Some of you were a medicine woman or a shaman. I forget what they call a female shaman. Forgive me. You were a female or a feminine energy healer, okay, in your culture, your paradigm at that time. And it feels like this runs, I'm feeling like an Irish influence, okay. Woo, that just hit me. Woo, that's strong. Woo, that's strong right there. Woo. Some of you might be called to the Morgan. Okay, I feel her here. You may have been a priestess of your clan, your tribe. I'm feeling a pull now to like Iceland. around that area, Iceland. I'm seeing like someone in a cave. And you have a big tooth in your hand. There's a tooth. Is that a tooth? Or is that a carved bone? I can't tell. I'm trying to see. I feel like the energy feels me looking. Okay, there's fire, and they're scratching the walls. They scratched the walls before they painted the walls, before they left their marks. I see this woman. She's wearing the skins of animals. A lady of the wild beasts. She's wearing the skin of animals, and she's calling. She's calling to the forest. I see her. She's in the forest. She is the forest. She is the wild. Group 3. This is the spirit that you have. You had it in this past life. You have it now. This wild, this ability to connect with the wildness of nature. She was feared and she was revered. She was holy and terrifying. She was a creatrix and a destroyer. She was nature. And I feel this energy with different lifetimes here presenting. I'm seeing Asia. I'm being pulled. I'm seeing balloons. I'm confused about these balloons. I feel like I am in ancient times in China, but I'm in a balloon. Did they have balloons? Like a balloon. I'm being pulled. There's a woman, and she is sitting on a platform. This is a throne, and her dress, comes all the way down the stairs onto the ground, and it is red and intricate gold. I'm told it's silk. It is woven silk. And the threads are woven by hand into the dress. She is an empress. And there's something about they bathe her in milk. In this past life, this person was bathed in milk. This may have significance for you. I see her. I see her. Child. I see her older. I see her smiling. Oh my God. I'm seeing like a palace. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing different ones now. Oh my gosh. I wish you guys could see this. This is amazing. Some of you, like this, I'm in South America. I've just been pulled into South America. I'm literally seeing like a queen of a large nation of people on top of a pyramid in South America. She's wearing jade. It's green jade. But there's also what is that? That is like a it's very important, Amy. It's very important that you see that. It is what is that? That is what color is that? Tell me what color is that? Is orange. There's orange and red. She's wearing a headdress of orange and red. I see, I see, I see, I see, I see. There is ornamental dancing around her. She is sacred and holy. She is a lady of wild beasts. She is revered. I'm being pulled. I'm being pulled. I'm being pulled. I'm being pulled to Africa. Oh my goodness. And I'm on the coast. I see the ocean. I see the ocean and I I see I see something so beautiful that I cannot speak of it. It is not mine to speak of, and I am okay with that. I'm taken aback by how grace works. I'm just in awe of it. Some of you were connected to a very powerful goddess of a paradigm from Africa that is connected to the water. And she is amazing. She's so amazing. And your people loved you so much. Well loved. So connected. You were a high priest, a high priestess, and you served the people. I see it. I see what they did. I see it. If you know who this is, she is showing me the the ships and the and the experiences of your people as they were taken to places in the world. Because your nation was colonized. But your spirit that you gave to your people lives on. And that same spirit is within you. Okay, I feel like I'm being pulled. This feels strange. This feels really weird. I feel like I'm being lifted. Um, okay. This is about the energies of Atlantis. This is about you may feel a connection to Atlantis, to the water. Some of you are very connected to a water goddess of some kind. Um, you may be interested in oceanography or the mysteries of water in general. Crystals. Atlantis feels like a dimension, a realm, a different timeline that blends into this one. As this timeline has been corrupted several times. This timeline is sliding as we speak, and there has been many efforts to twist it, as we see right now. Right now. However, there are those who you may identify with who work in higher realms to continue to align the energy. The Atlantean energy that is able to go within the higher realms and become aware of the higher realms, is able to understand that energy manipulation at times is very necessary to align your life and your body systems. The Atlantean energy within Group 3 can do this naturally. It's something you learned in an Atlantean awareness experience that you may relate as a life. You may relate as higher self. You may relate as being in a separate place or time. But understand that Atlantis also was a manifestation in this realm. It is multidimensional. This is coming through Group 3 because many of you align with this higher energy. And you're called to connect with this Lady of the Beast energy. It is the energy of the planet. It's the energy of Gaia. The energy of Gaia will help you connect to the system, the solar system. You are able to connect to the actual solar system as a whole. You are able to see energies and move them. Crystals amplify this. Awareness of your thoughts amplify this. Us speaking about it will amplify this. Understand that you are able to tap into the energies of the planets and pull them, magnetize them, and utilize them. Your awareness of the timeline and the time misaligned is correct. It has become a mudslide. And that is why we have scientists reporting that they think we're in a black hole. Because we weren't in a black hole. Science was one way, and now it is another. It was changed. Ask for the awareness. Atlantis is a realm you can enter in and out of. It's a higher frequency, that's all. And you can manipulate energies there, large energies, energies of the solar system, systemic ones. Are we really in a black hole? The question would be, are we really here? What is here? Group 3, number 3, 33. Your multi-dimensional self wants you to open up to the reality of where it is you are. Where are you? Really? You have more awareness than what you think. People think Atlantis is some little city in the ocean that sank. Some fairy tale. It's a realm. And you have been there in your dreams. You go there. It feels like a past life, but it's not. Was there an Atlantis here? Yeah, sure. It's an impression of this realm. But you go there. And water is a theme. Water is emotion. It's empathy. It's an intuition. Where there is water, there is life. It's vitality. It is life itself, you could say. Tell me more about my group 3. Tell me more. We have the Queen of Forces. I feel justice. We have birth, and we have winged messengers. Okay. We have an crescent moon. It feels like in this past life, not speaking about the Atlantis energy here, but in these other past lives, it feels like you were well loved by your people, and you were guided by spirit, and you allowed the guidance, like you were very connected, and I feel like you had children in this life. You had children, and children liked you, like you had a good rapport with children, and you cared about the generations to come. Tell me more. Clearing the way. I think you did a lot of work for future generations. Summer, winter. Yeah, I think you were the kind of leader that you really did so much for future generations. I think you invested in art and education, however that would be in your different paradigms. And I'm seeing like the woman on top of the pyramid, and these are pyramids with steps. Okay, not that you can walk up. Okay, I'm seeing like pottery, like sorry, I didn't mean to, pottery development, lots of pottery and things like that. And I'm seeing like growth in agriculture, and what do they call that? Animal husbandry, like the breeding of animals and things like that. Okay, we got this one, the treasure. So there's a lot of growth around resources, education, and growth. And I feel like you really knew how to really store, like keep the resources for your people and make sure they were okay. Some of you were head of like a Bedouin type tribal community, so you moved a lot, so you had to be sure of like where there was resources and things like that. So you were very good at listening to scouts and things like that about where to go and what to do. You weren't the kind of leader that didn't listen. Let's see here, we have wishes fulfilled and on track. It feels like your time as this leader was very successful. Okay. Your rulership was very successful. So what I want to know is, why did it stop? What happened here with this leadership, this rulership? Okay. Because no matter whether you were a king, an empress, a medicine person, you definitely had people who looked up to you and people who thought that your leadership was wonderful. So we have justice here. Justice. There's some kind of justice that came in. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. We have the Two of Cups, the Five of Swords. Yeah, Five of Swords in reverse. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Huh. All right. So what happened? Why does this feel so bad? We have the Devil in reverse. Why does it feel like, what does it feel like you didn't see something coming? That's what it feels like. When I feel these cards all together, I feel like you didn't see something coming in that lifetime. I feel like, did we have a don't sabotage, self-sabotage? No, we didn't have that card. I feel like we did. Trust your inner vision. Okay. All right. Maybe that was another group. I think I just remember, like, don't sabotage yourself. That's what I'm getting, like, don't sabotage yourself. And I feel like you trusted people. Your trust was violated here. That's what it feels like. Like your trust was violated. Somebody you trusted. I feel like they decided after the fight with this Five in reverse not to move on and not to stay, but to get some kind of revenge here. Okay, that's what it feels like. All right, tell us about the bad intentions. And I feel like they worked on it. They worked on you. This one wants to come out. Knight of Pentacles. They put time into it. The Four of Cups in reverse. I feel like this feels like a bad deal. It feels like a really bad deal, man. It feels like a bad deal. It feels like a really bad deal. And it was slow. Slow coming. And I feel like you were feeling pretty, I think you were feeling pretty good, actually. I don't feel like you were suspicious at all. And that's what makes this so sad. Temperance and the Empress. Yeah, you were in this Empress energy. You were being the Empress, taking care of, seeing what I could do, how can I help, being the leader, being the giving person, healing, doing the whatever. And I feel like you were fucked over. And that's how your reign came to an end, okay, of whatever this was. All right. For some of you, that one instance I talked about how you were conquered and colonized. But that's not all of you, For some reason, I got to tell you, with these cups here in this cup, it almost feels like, and then we're growing something here. It almost feels like a poisoning. Like, do you have a thing about certain food? Do you have a thing about people touching your food? Do you have a thing about you get a lot of ick about food? Food's difficult. You don't like food. Certain food freaks you out. It feels like and it was successful. And you lived long enough to realize who did it and to get the heartbreak. It took like 5 to 10 minutes to hit your brain, and you realize, this is happening, and this is who did it, and I am heartbroken. Okay. So I feel like in this life, it may be incredibly hard for you to get close to people. You still may be a giver. Okay. You may give, but stay away from me. There's this energy of like, give, but don't get too close to me, But for some of you, you may just not want anything to do with people. You may be a serious introvert and a loner. There also may be some addiction issues here. We may have anxiety, okay? And there may be some tendency to procrastinate and not act upon the things that you want to do. It feels like someone with potential not being able to do the things they want to do. Because the drive is bottomed out. It's like, okay, it's like someone messing you over and you finding out, and then bam, the door shuts and you can't ever talk to them. You can't say anything. That's it. You, like, the door shutting and there's never anything. That energy has come with you in this life. That like lack of closure. So you're just like, everything feels, right? Like relationships are just, you can't get the right connections. You can't feel the deep love other people feel. You just, and it's something you have to resolve within yourself. Because you are this lady of wild beasts. The wildness, the inspiration, the gifts you have are shrunken by this fear, this kind of like, I did all this stuff. And this is all like underneath it all, running. I did all these things for all these people. And in the end, I drink a drink, and bam, I'm gone. It really makes you think about it. And perhaps it's led you to, maybe some of you partied a lot. Maybe some of you, had a few too many aces of cups, if you know what I'm saying. A cup of whatever, I don't know. So it can make you really lose perspective, right? But this energy of the Lady of the Wild Beasts is within you. And you can't let the ending from people who were troubled. Those are troubled people. And you know why they did what they did? Of course you do. To conquer, to take over your position. Can you allow that to be closure? Can you sit with that and say, I was conquered? I know that's hard. I was conquered. I was conquered. They conquered me. Hey, I know this little Leo here, Capricorn energy. I know we have this dog over here. I feel like Anubis energy. I feel Taurus energy. I feel Hecate's energy. I know the whole idea of accepting the fact that you were conquered in a past life, even in a freaking past life, is absolutely unacceptable. But listen, you gotta let it go so you can conquer in this life. So you can get your shit going in this life. Because you got shit to do here. You got an empire to build here. Money. Transformation. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Empower. I mean, come on. You got all kinds of good stuff. Impress. You can't allow these feelings that you have to keep you from really excelling at your life. And I don't mean like imperfection. I don't mean excel as like we're going to get straight A's. I don't mean that. What I mean is excelling in your ability to be happy. Happiness is success to me. If you're happy, that's pretty successful, because a lot of people are horribly unhappy. And the thing is, there's nothing you can do to make them happy. There's a lot of people with a lot of money who are miserable bitches. And they spread their misery around. You have something royal about you. You have something unique about you. You're powerful. You have something that's very mystical about you. You're a healer. Some of you have this leadership ability. You have magnetism. And this is significant. You have the ability to do something significant here in this world now. But you also have to recognize that with the work to conquer, build your own kingdom and conquer, there's always a risk of being conquered. It's part of the journey. It's part of the battle. And it's okay. I know it really sucks to have people turn on you and backstab you. Perhaps that's happened in this life. You've been backstabbed. You've had friends look you in the eye. Say, yeah, we're good friends. We're best buddies. Maybe it's a partner. Yeah, we're best buddies. I would never lie to you. I would never cheat on you. Pa-bam. We're cheating on you. Pa-bam. You're worrying about it. Pa-bam. Misery. It sucks. It blows. Red hot tomatoes. So why would you want to, get it together? Why would you want to be giving? Why would you want to align with, doing the work, getting into the Lady of Wild Beasts? Why would you want to do that? Because despite all this crap, it's a higher calling. And honestly, group 3, you're not like other people. Okay? It's just a fact. And it's all right. You're not like other people. You can come in different packages. It doesn't matter what your package looks like. You're just not like other people. Your vibration is different. Okay? You are someone who can walk the realms. Okay? Yeah, everyone can astral travel, blah, blah, blah. But there are certain realms that not everyone can go into. Okay? And there is a realm of Atlantis that is like that. It's special. And you can go in there and move ginormous energies around. Listen, I have that thing about I'm scared of like big objects in the ocean. And it gives me that feeling. I forgot what it's called, but when I feel this, it gives me that feeling of like, it's so big. It's so big in the ocean feeling, So, you guys have the ability to move large energies. And it feels so connected to water. So they're dense energies. You guys can move extremely dense energies and help people in multiple ways. Not everyone can do that, okay? And I think you guys are so hard on yourself. Listen, no one is perfect. I have all kinds of imperfections in my videos. I gave up a long time trying to be in this, clean aesthetic, whatever girl. Okay, woman. I'm a grown ass woman, so it'd be woman. I am not like the others. My channel's different, And you just have to, my stomach growled. You just have to surrender the fact that you just are different. You're not going to fit into the puzzle pieces like they want you to. And then you have to do your thing. And your thing is a hot thing. Okay? Because you're hot. You're really hot when you're in your zone. Okay? Being in your zone is going to bring in a lot of attraction. Okay? Lady of the Wild Beast is wild. As we started out, she was in a cave carving stuff in the, I think that was you. Was she carving stuff? I can't remember. Or I can't remember if it was you or not carving into the wall or not. That might have been group 2. But definitely, no, I think it was you. Okay. The wild woman definitely runs in your blood from this past life. And that archetype can serve you so well. And it can really help you become untightly bound in this life. It can help unleash the truth of you in the most surprising way. I encourage you to work with the wild woman archetype and connect with nature more. Connect with yourself. Some of you really need to connect with you, with your vessel, with your body, and stop being so afraid of it. It's you. It's your vessel. This is what you got. and make peace with who you are. When you make peace with who you are, it's much easier to get into like some of these archetypes, right? Connecting with this archetype will really help you connect with this past life and bring her through. Some of you guys have had visions of this lady of the wild beasts. You've dreamed of her. She's definitely, for some of you, she's definitely a priestess. Definitely. You may have had visions of her when you're meditating or praying. Don't be afraid to like talk to her, okay? Because this is a multidimensional experience for you, group 3. You can actually pull her knowledge into this lifetime by connecting with her through meditation, talking with her, ask her questions and wait for the answer. It's you in a different dimension, in a different time. Time is irrelevant, I guess. I mean, time is an illusion is what I mean. So, ask it questions. Ask it you questions in a past life. You'll be surprised. You'll get an answer. It's very interesting. So I encourage you, group 3, to interact with this past life. Also, the Atlantean energy that came through, I honestly cannot remember very much of what came through. So, interact with that and see how it goes. All right. Okay, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful reading. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.